Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. And so we are here to start the session. And first, respected Shri Lalring Mar, Minister of Tourism for the state of Mizoram, and distinguished panelists, esteemed guests, participants, ladies and gentlemen. So I welcome you all to today's session in the morning for the Northeast, the hub of tourism and hospitality. Tourism is very vital for the socio-economic development of the region. It contributes a lot to the GSDP, almost 5% to the GSDP of the Northeast. Northeast, that consists of 8 states, is an intricate tapestry of rich culture, diverse communities, and unparalleled natural beauty. From the tea gardens of Assam to the monasteries of Sikkim, from the ecological marvels of Manipur, the Loktak Lake, which is the only floating lake in the world, to the living root bridge of Meghalaya, the region offers experiences that are very unique and profound. The region's diverse festivals is known as the land of festivals, that from Nagaland's Hornbill festivals, Manipur's Shirui Lili festival, to the Sunrise Festival of Anjao district of Arunachal Pradesh, where we celebrate India's first sunrise in Dong. It provides platform for travelers to engage with indigenous culture through music, dance, cuisine, and traditional crafts. The region's tourism sector has seen tremendous transformation, attracting significant investment in infrastructure and hospitality. States are proactively reaching out to the investors for investment in their states. Assam has granted industry status to 12 key tourism sectors, from hotel, river cruises, wellness centers, etc., to attract private investment and for sustainable development. All the states have tourism policy. They offer incentives for investment in tourism. Moreover, the Ministry of Development of Northeast Region, MDONER, is already promoting various PPP projects in the tourism sector. DPIIT under Ministry of Commerce gives special incentive for investments in the region through the scheme Unnati 2025. The region, with more than 5,000 kilometers of international border with 5 countries, gives us unmatched gateway. It's a gateway for the ASEAN countries. It is very geostrategically located to tap into the tourist potential. So today we will embark on this journey to envision a future for tourism in the Northeast region, so that see whether the tourism in Northeast can thrive in harmony with the rich culture and pristine environment. First, I will request the organizing team to play a short video on tourism on the Northeast region, and then we'll take it forward. Short video, please.
Welcome to Northeast India, a land where nature whispers ancient tales, culture lives in every heartbeat, and opportunity stretches as far as the eye can see. Each state offers a unique experience, from the vibrant Bikhu of Assam to the tranquil monasteries of Sikkim, from Nagaland's Hornbill Festival to the living root bridges of Meghalaya. But this region is not just a traveler's paradise. It's an investor's untapped frontier. With unmatched biodiversity, heritage tourism, adventure trails, and wellness retreats, Northeast India holds immense potential for the tourism and hospitality sector. Adventure tourism thrives here. This region is an adventurous paradise. For nature lovers, wildlife tourism offers rare encounters with some of the world's most endangered species. Cultural tourism in the Northeast is a celebration of diversity. With over 200 indigenous communities, the region invites visitors to experience rich traditions. From village homestays and local cuisine to vibrant festivals and ancient crafts. Religious tourism finds spiritual depth in every state. Pilgrims journey to the sacred Kavakia temple in Assam, the Tuang monastery in Arunachal, and the serene Rumtek monastery in Sikkim. Ecotourism is a way of life here. Sustainable travel is embraced. What truly sets this region apart is its people. Warm, skilled and culturally rooted. A growing talent pool in hospitality and tourism is ready to meet global standards, and training institutes are expanding fast. As India's gateway to Southeast Asia, the region is primed for both domestic and international tourism. Come, discover the unexplored. Invest in the exceptional. Northeast Investors Summit.
That's it. Thank you. So now I request Mr. Hamar, to Honorable Minister of Tourism from the state of Mizoram, to deliver his special address. I hope yes.
Good morning to the distinguished panelists and ladies and gentlemen all present here. It's an absolute honor and privilege to stand before you today at this remarkable summit celebrating the vibrant potential of Northeast India. The theme Northeast, the new hub of tourism and hospitality, resonates deeply with us in Mizoram as we witness our state emerging as a gateway to this exciting transformation. Before I go down into the details of my speech, I was doing a Google research in this morning, trying to find out how big or small Northeast really is. I found out that, as per the 2011 census, the population of Northeast is or was 4.5 crore, out of which Assam is 3.1 CR. So if you compare with the bigger states of India, for example, Odisha is 4.2 crore. So they are as many as Northeast already. And Andhra Pradesh was, during that time, 2011, was 4.9 crore. In terms of population, Andhra Pradesh was bigger than Northeast. If you look at the area in size, Northeast is 262,230 square kilometers. If you compare this with UP is 243,000 square kilometers. So it's slightly bigger than UP, but smaller than Maharashtra, which is 307,713 kilometers. Having said that, Northeast has tremendous potential when it comes to tourism. I come from Mizoram, which we claim is the most peaceful state in the country, free from insurgency. But people outside Northeast, have this feeling that Northeast is disturbed. Northeast is full of insurgency, but there is no insurgency in my state. It is, if not the peaceful, one of the most peaceful states in the country. And apart from that, as recently as 20th of May, that was this Tuesday, Mizoram is declared the first, fully literate state in the country. So if I have the other ministers from my, Northeast states standing here, they will have a lot to say about their own state. And I can claim that I am coming from the greenest state in the country. As per the India State Forest Report, the forest cover is 85.34% in Mizoram. So allow me to continue my, ready-made speech. Over the past year, Mizoram has achieved an extraordinary milestone in tourism. Our state welcomed nearly 4.7 lakh tourists in 2024-25, marking as an impressive growth of 114% from the previous year. Even though it sounds very small, 4.7 lakhs, tourists in a single year, if you look at the whole population of Mizoram, which officially is only 10.5, this is a huge achievement for a small state like Mizoram. It shows that, the potential is huge. This surge reflects not only the allure of Mizoram's natural beauty and rich culture, but also our collective effort to make Mizoram a compelling destination for visitors worldwide. Mizoram is proud to complement its neighboring states in offering a holistic and unforgettable travel experience. While Meghalaya enchants with living roots bridges, we already see that, no? And Nagaland showcases tribal traditions. Mizoram brings its unique flavor with adventure tourism, village experiences, and festivals that brim with joy and culture. Religious tourism was mentioned in the, it was displayed in the presentation. One unique feature which we can offer to the outside world is our celebration of Christmas. In Mizoram, Christmas is celebrated like no other because, there is a community feast. Wherever you go, each villages, they will have a community feast during Christmas. So I request my panelists sitting here and the distinguished ladies and gentlemen to help promote this Christmas tourism in Mizoram to the outside world, which could be unique in its own way. Together, we make Northeast a vibrant and unified tourism circuit, irresistible to travelers seeking authenticity and adventure. Tourism has been a game changer for Mizoram's economy, with over 197 tourist spots, 78 lodges, and expanding number of homestays. We ensure a welcoming experience for every traveler. Our private sector has also flourished, with over 76 tour operators and 95 certified guides, contributing to a tourism revenue of more than 1,300 crore last year. As I said, you don't compare this with UP, but given the size of the population and the size of our tourism department budget, we feel that we have achieved something during the last year. Mizoram is earning its stripes as the adventure capital of Northeast, hosting events like world-class paragliding event at Serchip, urban downhill races in Aizawl. By the way, this urban downhill, it's a cycling race, downhill race. This was organized by Red Bull. This is not only the first time in India, this is the first time in this, in the whole Asia that this kind of event has been organized. They are going to organize it again this year. We had a meeting with the Red Bull representative recently. The treks in the Pongpui Blue Mountains, these kind of activities paired with breathtaking natural settings attract thrill seekers from all corners of the world. Our vibrant festivals such as Chapchar Kut, our serene villages like Reyek and Sialsuk offer tourists an immersive experience of Mizoram's culture and traditions. These initiatives foster sustainable tourism while benefiting our local communities. From the sacred Sailam to the enchanting castle of Baino, Mizoram offers a blend of adventure, tranquility, and mystic. Dampa Wildlife Sanctuary or Dampa Tiger Reserve, I don't know whether you have heard about this place. This is where we have the biggest concentration of clouded leopard in Asia. I myself was not aware of this. Recently, we had a meeting with the Department of Forest and Environment where they mentioned that, this is the largest concentration of clouded leopard in Asia. And these people again explained to me that clouded leopard are only found in Asia. That means, it's in the world. A tourism minister in Mizoram was not aware. So it's no wonder that, the whole country do not know much about this. We have 2 national parks, we have 8 wildlife sanctuaries in Mizoram. Infrastructure development has been pivotal to Mizoram's tourism success. Yesterday, during the launch of this event, we spoke, the panelists, the industrialists, they spoke so much about the way our Prime Minister, Sri Narendra Modi ji, is investing in Northeast infrastructure development, which was never heard of. We do have the railways coming in this year to the capital. It was always there at Til Bhairabi, which is a town a little bit far away from the capital, but the railway lines are ready, which will be operational during this calendar year. And of course, the modernized highways, we ensure better accessibility. Our commitment to digital transformation streamlines visitors' experiences, making it easier than ever for tourists to explore Mizoram. I used to tell my friend from outside that, don't think that Mizoram is far. It's only 45 minutes away from Kolkata airport. We do have daily flights from Delhi. It will only take you 2.5 hours to reach there. Yesterday, one gentleman was mentioning about the geostrategic location in which Northeast is. From the airport of Guwahati International Airport, the distance it will take to reach Bangkok and Delhi remains the same. And to reach, Bangalore and Mumbai, it will take you 3 hours. The same time, it will take you to reach Guangzhou and the Singapore, etc., Kuala Lumpur. So it shows that, this place is strategically located, even though, as I mentioned initially, that, it is small in size, it is small in population. But, when it comes to tourism and the way the world economy is shifting from the west towards the east, India, we talk about India, we talk about China, and we talk about Asian countries. So the easiest way to connect these countries are through Northeast. For investors, Mizoram is a land of immense potential. Opportunities abound in hotels and resorts, adventure sport infrastructure, luxury eco-camping, wellness centers, film shooting locations. One good Bollywood movie could change the whole landscape of, a state. So filmmakers, you are very much welcome in Mizoram and the other Northeast countries. Our Mizoram Responsible Tourism Policy 2020 ensures that development is sustainable and inclusive, balancing economic growth with environmental care. Mizoram is a place where traffic rules are followed as it is written in the book. We have the most disciplined, I can say this with confidence, that we have the most disciplined drivers. The capital, Aizawl, is a no honking city. You do not hear any honkings. That is the way Mizoram is disciplined itself when it comes to responsible driving. As we forge ahead in making Mizoram a leader in Northeast India's tourism revolution, I invite all of you to join us. Together we can build a future that celebrates our region's beauty, culture, and endless possibilities. Mizoram's unique appeal lies in its untouched natural beauty. Visitors to Mizoram often describe it as a hidden paradise, offering serene, offbeat experience far removed from the bustling crowds of typical tourist hotspots. Adding to its charm, Mizoram boasts rich tribal culture and heritage. These experiences create lasting memories, leaving every visitor with a deeper appreciation of Mizoram's cultural richness. Before I end, I'm not here to compare, the northeastern states, but if you look at, for example, it was displayed in the, in the presentation, in the short video. If you look at Nagaland, they already have the Hornbill. Zero Festival in Arunachal is huge. Not to mention the festivals in Shillong. Recently, we heard about the concert economy, the Coldplay concert in Gujarat, and Shillong. They claim that they are the rock capital of India, which Guwahati is competing now big time. They are going to organize a Post Malone concert this December. Sikkim is well known for tourism. Mizoram still is one of the least visited states. But I can say with confidence that, what are the things which the other states can offer which we do not have. I don't see any much difference in this. That is why we need this kind of platform. I'm very happy that I am here to speak about, Northeast, the new hub of tourism and hospitality, since I represent a single state of Mizoram. I'm sorry that I spoke so much about Mizoram. It has to be the whole Northeast states. So thank you for your attention, and I hope to see you in Mizoram.
Thank you, sir, for letting us know about the opportunities in Mizoram. Not only that, you did touch upon the opportunities in entire northeastern states. And as you had Googled, I had also Googled in the morning, actually yesterday night, and I found that though the AQI, the AQI index has improved in Delhi, it is still much lower, much higher than Mizoram. Mizoram, it is 23, and Delhi was around 100 yesterday. So it is a place where you can really breathe. Like you can feel the difference in the air. So anyway, so let us start with the panel discussion. I just have a few ground rules. I'll come to each of the panelists, and they will be given like 4 minutes each, and I'll give a question. And we would like to get as many questions as possible because we want to listen to your plans, your experiences, thoughts, and whatever your vision is for the region. So first, let me come to Mr. Kayas, Senior Vice President, IOTO. And you have a mic with you in front of you. You can either use the mic or you can come to the podium. It's up to you. So the question to you is, like, first, I want to say that Northeast has been a very well-kept secret for decades, like tucked away in the furthest corner of the country. People had difficulty finding the states in the map. So if you tell someone, because I come from Northeast, and I was in Delhi 10 years back, you say you are from Northeast, and they will say, yes, I have been to Darjeeling, to Northeast. So I had to correct them that Darjeeling is in West Bengal, it's not Northeast. But it's no longer true. The Northeast now is the most visited, most recognized major tourist destination. Domestic tourism has doubled in last 10 years. Even New York Times has named Assam as the 4th must-visit destination in the world. And yes, a thing of pride for us. Then the Travel Trends Report 2025 of Skyscanner has identified Shillong as the most popular destination for Indian travelers. So you know that Northeast is being explored not only by domestic tourists, but also by foreign tourists. So if Mr. Kayas, the question to you is, have you witnessed the same trend? Because you are the Association of Tour Operators. Have you witnessed the same trend, and what is attributing to this surge in tourism? And I would also like you to touch upon the various subsectors of tourism, because tourism can be different things, and especially in Northeast, there are different opportunities and subsectors. So if you can talk about a little bit about that.
Thanks. Thanks, Ministry of Development, Northeast Region, Honorable Minister of State, Shri Mar. One thing I wanted to say, when you mentioned about the traffic in Aizawl, I've seen it with my own eyes. I really would wish that that could be somehow parted us to we in North India and Delhi in particular, where we are most unorganized driver but still survive. That's a good one. For Aizawl, I appreciate that for the people there. You know, Northeast has always been there, but it has been like through the last few decades, I would say 7 decades of independence, yes, it's there. As it was rightly said, Sikkim would be considered as the extreme Northeast, you know. I would been traveling to various international tourism marts like ITB Berlin, World Travel Mart in London and Topraza and all that. And the programs could be 25 years back, Delhi, Agra, Jaipur, then Rajasthan came in, then Kerala came in, and then Sikkim came in. After Sikkim, it stopped. Fast forward into, let's say, 10, 12, 15 years back, that's when I, as a tour operator in 2006, had my first guest traveling to so-called Northeast of that time, traveling into Guwahati and then on to Kaziranga, into Dibrugarh, staying at the Chang Bungalow for the tea estates. And they went up to Pasighat, came back, and also saw the Mishmi tribes festival in February in Roing. That was the first client. And after that, many started going gradually. Fact of the matter is that still today, in most part of the country, I will feel ashamed to say that, but probably everybody may not be able to tell all these 7 states, plus the Sikkim, of course, the 8th one is a big brother. or their capitals correctly. I don't know how many rooms would say, but I don't challenge anyone, but that's how it was, and still it is. So tourism is taken the baby steps in this part of the country. It's growing now. The permits which were there for Arunachal or going to other parts of the state have been withdrawn, most of them. The restricted area permits, so people can travel all over. The beauty of the Northeast is the natural beauty, which is on the top, the national park, the wildlife sanctuaries like Kaziranga, Manas, Namhada, Shikowa, and all those, Nameri, etc. And then we have beautiful valleys. The eastern Himalayas goes down there, and we have valleys like Dibang Valley in Arunachal and Lohit or Zuku Valley, one of the most beautiful valleys. I call it like a celestial valley, if you ask me honestly. I've been there. I've driven from Shillong to Zuku to Kohima, and I've had the guests also traveling on that route and then on to the tribal sector. So these are the things which have been beautifully placed there. And people within India now traveling big time, particularly in the post-COVID era, tourists are traveling big time. And they're traveling towards Northeast also. It's not Sikkim, Darjeeling anymore for them, but they fly into Guwahati, they go a lot into Meghalaya. And going up to Shillong or going up to Doki or the Melong village, seeing all these places. Everybody knew Cherrapunji, but now they want to go to Double Route Bridge. So things are changing, people are beginning to understand. Religious purposes, yes, Kamakhya was there, but people are looking at Tawang. Not many people would know that Tawang is a place where the 6th Dalai Lama was born. And which is the modern day Tawang. And that was sometime in 17th century, early 17th century. So a lot of Buddhist traffic can also be taken there, people who follow the Dalai Lama. And there are people around the world. I took a small group there, and they were so very happy, and they spent 4 nights there. Now I'm glad infrastructure is improving, and Taj has also come up there. So people within India, while they are understanding and they're knowing, they are flying into all these places, into Guwahati, driving to Shillong, going towards Arunachal, going towards the Nagaland, looking at the Hornbill Festival. I was surprised to know that a very big number of Indians are going for Hornbill Festival. While foreign tourists in last year was roughly 5,000 foreign tourists, I had 9 of them out of my contribution. But people are going for that. People are beginning to understand it's going international. Ministry of Tourism, Government of India has taken ITMs to Imphal and other places, and we have been part of it and trying to promote. But interestingly, now the state tourism offices are beginning to take part in the overseas road shows or the tourism fairs, and that is where the real foreign tourists would come to your part of the world. Mizoram, great place, I like that. But of course, accessibility is required. I know the train is reaching there, but hopefully road also reaches there. A lot of people believe in going by road. It can easily be done, if the proper accessibility is there. So in the process, when we are talking about these areas, we must be very, very careful with the ecology, sustainable tourism, because this is very, very fragile. We have seen, I come from Dharamsala, Himachal and Simla and all these places, and I see how Manali, Dharamsala have been literally polluted or corrupted with so-called art tourism. We really don't know how to keep our places clean. I'm not trying to be critical, but bringing the facts that we should be aware and should be made aware to the people. Looking at Bhutan, how well they do it. We are own Indians. When we go out, we don't throw any kachra outside, we keep it with us. But in India, we do that. So that is something Northeast also need to be very particular on the part of ecology, sustainability, and green tourism. Bringing in the tribes, the tribal sector has been very, very interesting for the foreign tourists in particular. I come from inbound tourism, so I talk about more on that side. So foreign tourists are very, very keen towards to all the tribes. We have tribes like, over 200 tribes in whole of the Northeast with the Bodos, Khasis, Garo, Angami, Konyak, Meiti, and all these tribes, Particularly the tribe I logged was is Mon in Nagaland, which is actually a borderless between India and Myanmar. The village chief house is between two countries' land, And that's where when people go there, they see their tattoo face and all that, and they get very, very impressed because it has stopped existing there in the Western world. They don't know about it. Their cultures, their way of life, their cuisines. I mean, when you talk about a cuisine, there is so much in, mainly a lot of fermented food also. Personally, fermented fish was a little too much for me. But yes, there are people who like it and enjoy it. So there's a lot to do that way. And we should be looking into this thing. One thing I must say, that our Union Development of Northeast Region Minister Jyotir Scindia last month suggested a study on tourism of this part by studying the other neighboring countries in Southeast Asia. And I understand yesterday, one of our top industrialists said that their group will be happy to invest 50,000 crores in the Northeast. Now that's some kind of a money which not only brings infrastructure, but some part of it I'm sure would help in tourism. And that will bring a lot of domestic and foreign tourists into it. As they say, if there is a demand, supply shall be there. But if there is a supply, demand shall definitely come up.
Thank you, Mr. Kai. So far as I understand, you said like tourism has increased because of improvement in infrastructure. Especially yesterday also we heard that from only 7 airports, we have now like 17, from 9 to 17 airports. It has doubled. So there's the ease of travel. You can easily go to any of the states of Northeast. Roads are very good. And there are hotels coming up everywhere. So, and there is different kinds of tourism there, from wellness tourism to like religious tourism to adventure tourism, cave tourism. There are different kinds of tourism that are coming up in Northeast to explore and invest. So my next question, I came to Mr. Deval Tibrewala. He's the CEO Director of Hotel Polo Towers Group. And Hotel Polo Towers is a homegrown hotel. It's started from Shillong, and its hotel in Tripura, I consider it the best hotel in Tripura. And not only that, it is a homegrown brand that has gone outside the region. So it's kind of a pride for the people of Northeast that a brand that has started in Northeast has made it big outside the region. So my question for you is, of course, you will talk about your plans, but I want you to touch upon the profitability of the business in tourism. Because if an investor wants to come and invest, first they want to know what is the return on investment, why I should go and invest. It is a safe place to invest. So if you can touch upon that. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Good morning. Before I get to your question on profitability, I just want to say, sir, what a nice start to this. We've been on a lot of panels, and typically I've never heard any states minister be so real and, so to the point. And it is fun listening to you. I didn't know that there was a clouded leopard sanctuary either. And the fact that nobody else knew and you realize that's, I think, the beginning. So that's really cool. It's a privilege for me to stand here, not just as a hotelier, not just as part of the tourism ecosystem, etc. But I'm 5th generation from the Northeast. So our first firm in the Northeast was founded in 1883 as such. We still have a letterhead framed somewhere in my father's office. And I've seen the Northeast, grow. I'll just give you a simple example, right? Shillong Airport used to have one flight a day, 6 days a week to Calcutta. And after that, the CISF guy would come and lock the airport. Like literally, if your car hasn't come, too bad. You wait outside the terminal, the guy has locked the airport, he's gone to his colony, he slept. I think till recently, or I think till last month ago, we had 60 flights a week operating from Shillong, right? That's the change. 6 flights a week, 60 flights a week, 10x. And that too is because some flights have reduced. Because, Udan keeps changing its routes and so on or whatever. Otherwise, I think at peak it was 75 flights a week. And now we are open 7 days a week. So now you can come into Shillong on Sunday or go out of Shillong on Sunday, right? Which is a big deal because most weekend travelers would prefer to use their Sunday or whichever way. So this change is dramatic. At its worst, Guwahati Shillong would take 4.5 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours to go. Now it's 2 hours, 15 minutes, and it's a lovely drive. Whenever I go to Guwahati, I tell the driver, please sit on the side, I'd like to drive, right? I want to utilize that. As a keen driver, I'm excited that, whenever I can drive. So what drives profitability, ma'am, is the fact that guests need to come to your hotel, and you need to build your hotel at a decent time and decent cost and all of that, right? Like any other business. How will the guest get there? That part we can't solve. As hoteliers and as builders of what we call social infrastructure in the Northeast, we've always solved the part, kidhar rehna hai, kya khana hai, kya karna hai, even the activities portion or all of that. But we can't solve the airport part and the highway part. The good bit is that over the last 10 years or 15 years, I don't know the exact number, but we've never had a government like this at state or at center. And it's not just talk. Northeast India was like kind of, everybody said, bahut potential hai, but nothing is happening. Now the highways are there. You're driving on them. It's not that tomorrow it will be made, there is some plan sanctioned, there is some tender, there is this, there is that. It's already there. You're driving on it. The airports, Holongi, just look at it. You land, and now people are landing in Arunachal and driving to parts of Assam, it was always the opposite, right? You always landed in Assam to go anywhere in the Northeast. No matter where you were from, you would land at Guwahati Airport for some reason or the other. Here it's the opposite. And again, they laid a foundation stone, they built the airport, they opened the airport, and flights are going. So it's all reality. It's not just big schemes or whatever. That bit is driving profitability now in the Northeast. When my father opened his first hotel in 91, people said, how is your adventure coming along? He was like, no, it's not adventure, it's a venture. And because he thought that, maybe they're not getting the semantics around it. But actually it was an adventure. I remember that the first year, I think we must have closed at 21% occupancy. Last 12 months, we've had the pleasure of hosting around 12 lakh guests at our various hotels. So from 21% occupancy to 12 lakh guests, right? That's like what, 1 lakh guests a month. So that's 1.2 million people. And right now we are 9 hotels. We are building 7 more. So we'll be 16 hotels. So we are right now the Northeast India's largest hotel company. We intend to keep the title, even though all our esteemed panelists are doing very well here. But the whole fact is that people are coming. Why are people coming? Because there is a way to come. And then is it cool? Of course it's cool. Like I'm from Meghalaya, right? When we say that is it the rock capital of the country, maybe we didn't have GNR, we didn't have Coldplay, etc. But go on the streets of Shillong. The cabs are playing GNR, right? The cabs are playing great music. Like we are unfortunately, we don't have some great traffic management system, so Shillong traffic is quite crazy. But at least it's enjoyable, it's entertaining. Just roll your window down, listen to the music. It's amazing. The feeling, just the simple joys of life. I think the Northeast does it much better than anywhere else. Another thing on your profitability portion, how do you be profitable, right? You cannot be an outsider, so to say, coming into a place and saying, I want to extract value from this region. And hospitality is definitely not that. Hospitality is a 12-year game, 15-year game. So to be profitable, you've got to have that kind of long-range mindset. You've got to be excited about the region where you're going. Because it takes 3 years to 4 years to build a hotel. It takes 3 years to 4 years to stabilize the hotel. Then you start thinking of profitability. Because, hoteliers are, I think we are notorious for not having profitability in high numbers. But that changes if you start employing local people. If you are in the region, as part of the region, as part of the community. You're not saying, oh yeah, let me just parachute in from somewhere, I will make a lot of money here. That's not the way it works. 80% of our team members are local. Great bit about hospitality is youth and ladies, right? Compared to mining, compared to industries, compared to manufacturing, youth and ladies are most employable in hotels. And it's a fun job, more or less. Even if you're from a village near Sora, in one day, you might meet people from 20 different countries. You might talk about 5 different cuisines. And it's interesting. it opens your mind as a person from the Northeast, as a person who's serving guests, it opens your mind. So that's a great thing about that. Coming back to profitability, the other way things become profitable is if you can build your hotel quickly. What has changed in the last couple of years is, again, the speed of permissions. And state governments are really, really to be commended for it. So like yourself, there's so many younger and so many more dynamic ministers. And the whole bureaucracy is also kind of angling towards performance. How many times have you gone to the secretariat at 8 p.m., lights are on, people are crazily working, there's this whole corridor is full of people waiting to meet whoever they're going to meet. It's 8 p.m. If I work till 8 p.m., I'm told by people at home that you don't have work-life balance, you don't have this, you don't have that, and I'm apparently private sector. So, it's amazing how that has changed. So if we move quicker with approvals, we can build a hotel quicker. So then, again, it's profitability. If we hire local manpower, we train them, we develop them, again, that's profitability. If the government does its bit on infrastructure, right, and we've done so much, but, like anyone else, what has happened is already happened. Wo to hajam ho gaya, so to say, right? So what do we need? We need more airports, we need more highways, for sure. Rail, yes, rail is also great, but any kind of travel infrastructure, I think air is key to it. Look at Dubai, okay, a desert with nothing. What has created Dubai? It is not the oil money, it is the airlift capacity. No matter how much oil money you have, you build any fancy amount of hotels, if people had to swim to you, nobody would come. So it's the airlift capacity which has created Dubai. Dubai has more airlift than so many big countries. Can we create just some bit of airlift capacity in the Northeast? Can we get, I don't know, to Meghalaya, can we get 1,200, 1,500 passengers a day? That's a big deal. To Tripura, can we get 4,000, 5,000 passengers a day? I know the new terminal at Guwahati is going to be cool and it's going to be a game changer. But again, it's just one state. And then between the states, the Udan did a great job of it. I could travel from our hotel in Shillong to our hotel in Agartala to our project site in Kohima, flying. It was amazing, right? I felt like the invention of the telephone or the internet or something like that, that I don't have to drive to Guwahati to take a flight to Agartala. And those flights now are not there because of Udan and so on. But I think Udan is a game changer in the Northeast because we do need that intra-Northeast connectivity. I'm a guest. I've come in through Mr. Rajnish's travel company, and I want to go to 6 states in the Northeast. Can I do that without spending my life in the back of an Innova? Can I literally fly, right? Because I'm not even asking for much. I'm not asking for some like super whatever. Even if it's a ATR, it's great. But it should be there. Then I can sell an itinerary which is going to, say, 7 of our hotels and doing 15 nights. Right now, we are forced to do this kind of break-up itinerary. That, oh, why don't you come and do Kaziranga, Jorhat, and Guwahati today? On your next trip, you come to Meghalaya, and on the 3rd trip, you come to Arunachal. By the 3rd trip, his attention is gone, right? Our attention span is an Instagram reel. We are no longer in the world of looking at a brochure of an itinerary. Tell me what's hot, tell me what's cool, I'm going there today. Tomorrow, it's not cool. Why? Because I've already been there. And for most of our guests, the Northeast is a homogeneous entity. People are not thinking, oh, I haven't been to Mizoram, let me go to Mizoram. People are thinking, hum Northeast chala gaya. But that's not true. Because Northeast, we know it's not homogeneous, right? Our Prime Minister said yesterday that it's the most amount of diversity in a diverse country, right? It's the most diverse region in a diverse country. And it's true. I went to boarding school in Tezpur, and my dorm had people from 7, 8 states, right? That was diversity. That's how it is every day in most of the Northeast states. And that's also profitability. Because if you tie in all the states in one itinerary, then especially inbound, the guy is spending 12 hours on an aircraft coming into a region. You must give him at least 10, 12 days. Then it's great. And the domestic traveler is the success story of India for the last 3 years. Post-COVID, look at the domestic traveler. Travel has become the new buying an LV belt. Travel is how people show off, right? People always showed off before by saying where they live, which car they have, whatever. Now it's like, Oh, do you know where I visited? Do you know I went there? If you go there, go to that restaurant and ask for that dish. Like everybody is trying to outdo the other guy in terms of detail of how good they know, how well they know travel, right? And that is amazing because 2% of India flies. 2%. And that includes the repeat guys like me. Like in the last 12 months, I took 80 flights. But I'm counted again and again. I'm counted as 80 passengers. I'm not one, but actually less than 2% of India flies. Once we get more than 2% of India to fly, just imagine where tourism can be. And can we get a much larger capacity of that to fly to Northeast? We discussed that we have less population, and that's fabulous, right? Because we are saying, come here, visit us, and go back. Singapore has such low population, but they say, come here, visit us, and go back. And that's great, because it works for both ways. We get the people to come in, they get to enjoy themselves, and the state grows. So to your point, ma'am, I think it's very profitable if you do it the right way. You just need to have a long-range horizon. We are building a hotel in Kohima. We are building a hotel in Dimapur. In Kohima, we are building 162 rooms, 5-star hotel. Dimapur, we are building 200-room, 5-star hotel. We are doing another hotel in Cherrapunji. We are doing more hotels in Meghalaya. We are very, very keen to do hotels in Assam. Till now, we haven't started our Assam journey. Arunachal is a part of it. So Mizoram, with your guidance, we'd happily like to come to Mizoram and start that engine. In Cherrapunji, when we built the hotel, nobody came to Chera. So it was not a destination. When we built the hotel, now there are 75 homestays and hotels. So sometimes supply creates demand, and we'd love to do that for Mizoram or for any other state. We are proudly homegrown. So even in our Calcutta hotel, you'll get the Naga cheese chili toast. Even in our Allahabad hotel, you have team members from Manipur, from Mizoram, from everywhere. I think we have team members from everywhere. And we are super proud of being from the Northeast. And sometimes people say that we are like that only. As a hotel company, we believe we are like that only. That's the coolness of being from the Northeast. We play better music in our hotels. We have better food in our hotels. We like that. So thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Tiruvar. Very well said. I will just come to Mr. Jantadas. Here, you are from the Taj Group IHCL. First, I want to congratulate you because you have just signed an MOU for the Taj Palace, the first Taj Palace in the east and northeast region of India. It's not only the first in the northeast, it is the entire east and northeast, first Taj Palace. And then you are also expanding massively in northeast. So I want you to touch upon what is the investment ecosystem in the region, why you think there is a positive vibe about it, and what are the factors that are driving that tourism in this region. And of course, you will touch upon your plans and try to keep it within 4 to 5 minutes.
Honorable Minister of Tourism, Mizoram, esteemed panelists, dignitaries present for this session, a very good morning. So before I go to Gitima's point about the expansion plan and the investment plan that our group ISCL has for Northeast, I've been associated with the brand, with the Taj Group, little more than 3 decades. And I've worked in few of our iconic and very luxury hotels across the country. My last assignment was at Pune. So around 4 years back, and this is the first time that I've got an opportunity to work in the Northeast, though I belong to Northeast. My roots are from Northeast. I'm a resident of Agartala. So we were happily settled in Pune. And 4 years back, when my organization approached me to move to Northeast, I initially thought probably I'm not performing enough. But then when the entire strategy of our growth plan that the organization, not only ISCL, but the Tata as a group we have, I was extremely excited to move to Northeast. because I thought this was an opportunity for me not to only to contribute to ISCL and the House of the Tatas, but to the region where I belong to. So that's how it all started. And today, when we look at Northeast as an organization, the Tatas were extremely committed towards Northeast. The biggest example of our commitment is the setting up of the Tata Semiconductor project in Guwahati at an investment of 27,000 crore. So that's something that probably shows the intent that the group, our group chairman has and the group have for the Northeast. Now coming back to Gitima's point, the Northeast region of India is emerging as one of the most promising frontiers for tourism and hospitality investment. Its unmatched natural beauty, rich cultural diversity, and increasing government focus on infrastructure development have laid the foundation for a robust investment ecosystem. With enhanced air connectivity, new highways, extensions of railways connectivity, the region is increasingly seen as the next big destination for domestic and international travelers alike. The Northeast region, famed for its natural beauty, is witnessing significant commercial and economic development. In line with the Tata's ethos of development of the region, ISCL, or Indian Hotels Company Limited, Taj being our flagship brand, we are committed and we reinforce our commitment to build new tourist circuits and itineraries across all states of Northeast. So for us, it's not just setting up hotel, it's about creating and taking the entire Northeast as one destination, all eight states of Northeast. So under our ISCL strategic roadmap, the Accelerate 2030 that we call, we target to grow our multi-brand presence in the region to 30 hotels by 2030. That's the plan that we have. Now ISCL, along with partner ecosystem, because we do invest in our hotels, we also have partners who invest and we get into management contract. So ISCL, along with partner ecosystem, is committed to investing rupees 2,500 crore in the region over the next 3 years. So that shows our commitment towards the region in terms of hospitality. At the Taj Group, we view this as a pivotal moment to contribute meaningfully to the region's growth story. Our planned expansion into the Northeast is backed by a strong belief in sustainable luxury and community-led development. We currently have 9 operating hotels and 2 luxury homestays. We also have a brand of luxury homestays called Ama, which I think many of us are not aware. We started that around the COVID with our own Tata properties in the Tata ecosystem. And today we have almost close to 200 plus Amas. And the first Amas in the Northeast, we opened it on the 10th of this month at a place at Kaziranga. So we currently multi-berth presence in capital cities of Guwahati with a Vivanta and a Ginger. We are present in Gangtok with a Taj luxury resort and a Ginger. We are present in Pakyong in Sikkim. We have a hotel in Shillong, a Vivanta in Shillong. We have a Vivanta and a Ginger in Gangtok, in Guwahati. And we also have a beautiful Vivanta at Tawang. Now, I'll take a minute here to explain about and talk about the hotel in Tawang. So when we decided to partner our investors for the Vivanta at Tawang, It was not about setting up a hotel in the remotest part of Arunachal, but the idea was to create an institution there which is just 28 kilometers away from the China border. And in less than 1 year that we opened up that place, we had 4 parliamentary committee meetings at that place. The idea is to tell our friendly neighbor next door that we have a parliamentary committee meeting of strong 20 members having a parliamentary meeting just 28 kilometers away from China. So that's the sort of, the strategy or the plan that we have towards nation building. Now, pipeline includes 5 upcoming hotels in Agartala, where we have just signed the Taj Palace Hotel. I'll come to that a bit later. We have a 150 keys Gateway Hotel coming up in Itanagar. We have another 150 keys Vivanta coming up in Guwahati. We have 2 Gingers coming up in Jorat and Dibrugarh. We have another 5 hotels at advanced stage of discussion, 3 being on public-private partnership model with the government of Assam. We are actively evaluating opportunities across key destinations of Northeast, across all 8 states. So recently, as Gitima was saying, on the 20th of May, we signed a lease agreement. It was not an MOU. We signed a lease agreement for 90 years with the government of Tripura for Taj Pushpabanta Palace in Agartala. We are extremely mindful in ensuring that all our development and investments in the region are aligned with the ecological and cultural sensitivities of the region. Now, talking about the last agreement or the last addition to our portfolio in terms of the signing of agreement of Taj Pushpabanta Palace, I want you to understand what is that asset all about. Now, for our Taj, we have got different brands. The palace comes at the top, highest end of the luxury collection that we have. So this particular palace, the Pushpabanta Palace, which is at Agartala, will now be bracketed at the same collections at the Rambagh Palace at Jaipur, the Lake Palace as Udaipur, the Umad Bhavan at Jodhpur, the Falaknuma Palace in Hyderabad, and then the palace that we have in Gwalior, the Usha Kiran Palace. In fact, our Honorable Minister, the donor minister, Mr. Sindhya, is a partner for that hotel. Now, to imagine a Taj Palace brand in a city of Agartala is something I don't think we imagined even a year back or 2 years back. But today, it's a statement that we can make as how, as an organization, we are focused on Northeast. Bringing a palace brand to Agartala is probably the most adventurous thing that any hotel company can think of. The average ADR of our palaces are never less than 40,000 rupees, average room rate. And we have taken that risk, or probably we look at that as an opportunity that we will have a palace in Agartala, which should be operational in the next 3 years, which will change the paradigm of tourism, not only for Tripura, but the entire Northeast. Incidentally, there's the only, and probably the only palace hotel that has come up on a PPP model. And I do not see another palace hotel, an original palace hotel coming up anywhere in the east or northeast. Because mostly the palace hotels are confined to Rajasthan and some areas of North India. But this is one of the living palaces which we will be converting into a palace hotel. Our focus will be on building a blend of flagship properties, boutique heritage experiences, and eco-sensitive resorts that resonate with the unique identity of each of the 8 states. We are also exploring public-private partnerships and working closely with state tourism boards to ensure our projects create long-term value, employment, and most importantly, upliftment of local communities. For us, the Northeast is not just a market, it's a meaningful destination, and we are proud to be investing in its promising future. Now, having said about the hospitality projects and the plan that we have, I think it's important to talk about the ecosystem. 2 years back, in partnership with the government of Assam, we started an hospitality skill center in Assam, in a place called Sonapur in Guwahati. We did that with Tata Strive, which is a vertical of Tata Trust, which is into creating of livelihood. So state government, ISCL, and Tata Strive, we came out with the hospitality skill center. Honorable CM of Assam was nice to give us an infrastructure that which had costed them around 40 crores. Now, over a period of less than 2 years, we have 700 plus students from the economically marginalized community who are working in different five-star hotels, not only in Northeast, but across the country. So we almost generate 350 children, graduate them for livelihood into five-star hotels. And we are going to start a similar one in the tribal areas of Tripura in partnership with Tripura Autonomous District Council. So the idea is to create a local ecosystem and generate employment and livelihood for local people in our hotels and also beyond. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Das. Let me come to Mr. Gaurav Goel. So lemon tree is one of the new entry into the Northeast. Yes, and so I've seen that the big hotel chains, especially like Lemon Tree, they usually do not like to invest in the infrastructure. They can't want to come in as an operator or management. So, how do you go about it? Because how do you decide that where to go and how to decide? Because you do not want to invest in the infrastructure, and the local promoters or the entrepreneurs they may be risk averse, or they may not have the access to capital to put in such big projects. So how should one go about it? Because sometimes we find it very difficult to find to matchmaking of these local entrepreneurs with a big hotel chain. So how do you go about it? I wanted you to shed some light on that. Any support you need from the authority, or any best practices that you can tell us about so that we can practice it in Northeast?
So first of all, good morning, Honorable Minister and my dignitaries. So I think most of the points are already covered by my invitees, special invitees. So see, for us as an hotel operator, we are today operating 115 hotels across the country. Out of that, 41 hotels is owned by us, and rest of the hotels we are managing. So, and our future is we are looking for management company. We want to operate more hotels on an asset-light model. Having said that, what is behind the entire, how we find the hotels, how we explain to the owners? The thing is, first, we approach, the local, the people, those who have money, they want to invest in hotels, and they want to create an asset in hospitality. We give them the complete help. We help them in feasibility, what kind of hotel they should build, what kind of cost is there, and what kind of ROI they will get if they build a hotel. For example, if somebody is building a hotel in very close to the CBD area, he should build a hotel for your corporates. Or if you're building a hotel near railway station, it should be a budgeted hotel rather than having a luxury or a premium hotel. So the thing is, what ma'am has questioned, that how we should help the investor. We help investors with giving them a right choice of brand, right choice of investment, because of that, their return on investment is faster and they will get a better yield. What brand will bring? Brand, as a brand, if you ask me, they will first help you to build a good hotel, a sustainable hotel, a good infrastructure at a marginal cost, because they have the better buying capacity than a local investor who is building first-time hotel. Secondly, the hotel, the kind of network we are working with, we have so many sales offices across the country. We have the distribution power because we have a large team sitting in our corporate office who manage the rate on an hourly basis, because our pricing is dynamic. Because these all keys are not with the standalone owners, and this will help us to give better ROI, and efficiency is increasing. We have experts in our corporate office who support the general manager when it comes to operations. We hire people from local, from the local states. We train them. We have a large setup of third-party learning and development team who train the people on ground. Every month we send people in their respective hotels for trainings. And lastly, because of the shortage of time, I think it is no investment is without risk. So but yes, in hospitality, the returns are pretty good, as rightly said by Deval also. It is long, but yeah, because you need 3 years to build a hotel and 3 years is a stabilization period. But yes, in 7 to 10 years, you get your returns back. And I think, Northeast is a space, is a area which I think has a huge scope in hospitality to grow and unwind, because a lot of areas are untapped and unexplored. If we have better infrastructure, as already covered, it will give more footprints in the Northeast state. So thank you so much. This is a small thing I want to add here.
Thank you. I don't know who is keeping time. Do you have time, or we should open to the audience, or I can still have time for 1 or 2 of my questions? We can take audience questions? Yeah, we can take audience questions. Do you have any question? Just introduce yourself and pose the question to the panel. Don't pick up any panelist, just to the panel, and maybe one of the panelists will pick.
I'll try to integrate many questions into the one. I really thankful to Honorable Minister Lalengo Amar. There is a heart-touching, the question to you, which is correlated to the tourism development as well. Since being there, and I personally experienced to all of the 8 states, a lady, on the hilltops, plugging up, the fruits or anything, if she falls down, so what measures you have taken through, the Honorable respected Joint Secretary also sitting around. So that is one, a very sensitive, the component. The lady who is, walking away from there to Lemon Tree Hotel and exhibiting there, the products. For example, if she falls down, so what measures we have taken? This is number one. This is a practical question. And another one is how to fill entire, the hotel chains in terms of if we are not incentivized or concessionalized, the policy to fill, all hotels there. Like there are few trains are fully packed during this, season. And another, the component,